to my channel, For the Love of Glitter. Today I thought I would do a review for you on the e.l.f. Aqua Beauty Cushion Eyeshadow Palettes. They recently released two and they're in the shades Cool Mist and Island Breeze. As soon as I saw them launch these, I was really interested, especially since it said Aqua Cushion. If you've used their Aqua Cushion blushes, I heard that they're supposed to be the same type of formula. I do own one and I can say it is pretty much identical to that formula. Right now you can get it on their website for $12 each. I'm going to do a demo and do some swatches for you guys and go over what I think about these. When I do the demo, I'm going to use it applying the Aqua Dual-Ended Eye Brush, which was recommended by e.l.f. for these eyeshadows. One side has like a flat blending side and the other has like a pencil side. And so these are recommended to use, and I'll let you know my thoughts at the end if I think that it's worth getting this brush. Here's what the outer packaging looks like. It's this nice, sleek black compact, almost just like the blushes, except the blushes are flipped this way. You might be able to see that it does get very fingerprinty. When you open it up, you get a good size mirror, which is always great for traveling. I think they curated these palettes nicely because there's such a good variety from light to medium to dark. So you can create an entire look with just one of these palettes. You have your highlighting colors, you have your crease colors, pops of color. So I think they did a really great job at picking out the colors in these palettes. As you can see, this one right here called Island Breeze is more warm toned, and this one right here is called Cool Mist, which is the more cooler tone. So if you like warmer ones, I definitely go for this. Cooler tones, go for this. The Cool Mist one caught my eye first. I feel like there's a lot more unique shadows going on in there. The Island Breeze one kind of reminds me of Kathleen Light's Where the Night Is collection from ColourPop, because you've got that chartreuse green as well as that burgundy color, so really kind of reminiscent of that. As you can see, I have used these, and the texture of these is a lot like the blush. So if you've ever used the Aqua blushes, you will know what I'm talking about. It kind of feels like putty. As you can see, it will leave your fingerprints in there, but it doesn't really pick up much pigment just from pressing down on it. You really have to rub around in the product to pick it up, which makes it a little bit different than ColourPop. I think I'm going to start with this peach shade right here, the lightest pink shade, and just swirl the brush in. You don't really want to tap because you don't get as much product. I find that swirling is the best way to go. And okay. So as you can see, it did nothing with this color with the brush because this color is so light. I feel like these light ColourPop shadows work better with your finger, so I'll show you on this side. You can see more pigment there. This is a very light color though, so I didn't really expect too much pigment. I'm going to go into this brown color down here. It's almost like a cool tone brown, and we're going to swirl it. You kind of have to dig a little bit harder in these two as opposed to the ColourPop ones. This is a really good like transition crease shade. This is really pretty. I didn't use this color yesterday, so I'm really excited. I love this brush for the crease, especially with these types of eyeshadows, because if you look at the brush, it's very packed and very dense. So it's not like an ordinary like fluffy blending brush, so it really can pick up the pigment but still disperses it nice and even. Now we're going to take our finger and go into this really beautiful shade in the Cool Mist palette. This shade is so cool because it is super glittery, and it's one of those ones that have, I want to say a brown base, but it honestly is like a taupe base with almost like aqua shimmers, and it's really pretty. Yesterday I did put this on my eye, and it did seem to have like the glitters kind of were dispersed everywhere, like I don't like fallout but not, just kind of like it got everywhere. So I don't know how well these are going to stay on the eye, but look at that pretty color. I think ColourPop has a similar shadow to this, which I personally do not own, so I think it's called Bay or something, but I really don't know. I'm going to take, this is what this is good for too, this brush. I like taking the pencil side to get closer to my inner corners because it fits perfectly, because when you use your finger it's a little bit too chubby to fit there. I mean, maybe yours aren't, but I have chubby fingers. Gonna take the liner side and go back into this taupe, dark taupe color, and we're gonna put that on the lower lash line right here. There's still some of that glitter, but that's okay. It'll just really match our eye. Again, this is the Cool Mist one, that bright white right here. I'm gonna use the eyeliner side. Can you see that it looks kind of chunky? So some of them do that. They like pick up really chunky like, so you just need to be a little bit careful with that. I guess I should have wiped off the brush because a lot of the blue is kind of still on there. I'm gonna take it and just pat it. It's kind of like looking like chunky. Start off by swatching the Cool Mist palette. Starting with this first shade, you get this very glittery white color. You get this beautiful, again, glittery kind of duochrome shade. You get this matte satin medium taupe and this royal shimmery blue shade. Again, kind of that chunky glitter like the white one, but this one's a brighter blue. And then you get this dark, really nice matte taupey purple color, and those ones are beautiful. So here you are with one swipe. I really wanted you to see the pigmentation without it being built up. Some of them are pretty pigmented. This one is way more pigmented than the next one I'm going to show you, which is Island Breeze. So I feel like the pigmentation on the whole, I feel like the pigmentation for the most part on Cool Mist is pretty good, as you can see from the swatches. Okay, so here we have Island Breeze. I feel like this is where the letdown kind of begins. These ones are buildable, but they take a lot more building than the Cool Breeze one. I will show you again just one swipe of each so you can see its true pigmentation. The first shade, again, you have kind of like a glittery white, but this one's more champagne-y. This is like a pink peach color. It has some tiny, tiny shimmers in there, but it appears more matte. On my fingers, they look good, but you'll see when I swatch on my hand, it loses a lot of that. You have this kind of light tan pink. It looks like a satin, but swatches like satin. And one of the best shades in this palette, the way it swatches and everything, is this beautiful maroon. This green swatches very nicely. I mean, that's pretty good pigmentation right there. This is what I used for my, this is the color I used in my crease, and it worked really well. It is a lighter brown, but it still performs nicely on the lid. This one just kind of makes me sad. I think it's just because you have these really light colors up here that just have a hard time. These two colors are the best, but this brown's also really good. So the bottom three, but I feel like these three really struggle. This one again is kind of like that chunky glitter color, so you get more of glitter than you do color. So I definitely prefer the Cool Breeze one over this one. But if these colors are up your alley, I mean, it'd still probably be worth it. But like this pink one, I applied it to my lid in the demo. You couldn't see it like at all. Even with my finger, barely, like no pigmentation whatsoever. I really recommend the Cool Mist one because I think the colors are very unique, and on one swatch they all swatched very nicely. There are some shades that some people may not like. For instance, this white and this blue, because they are just basically packed glitter that come apart when you swatch it. So it's not really the pigment behind it. It's mainly just little glitter specks. But other than that, I think the colors in here are so unique and so beautiful. I think these are worth it overall because they are $12 and you get 6 shadows, and I think that if you buy like 3 from ColourPop, you're paying $15. And I know that in the pans they're a lot smaller, but it still can give you a whole eye look instead of spending like $20 at ColourPop to try and create a whole eye look. So they're fun and they're unique and I am enjoying them, but like I said, Cool Mist is hands up my favorite. Love it so much. Super duper unique. I personally really like this brush, whether you use it for these shadows or even other eyeshadows. I think it's just a good brush. I think for regular eyeshadows, this would not work as well for the crease just because I think it would pack on too much pigment, but for these I think it's definitely good for the crease, or even using it for ColourPop shadows, the crease. Awesome. And pencil brush, who can't use a pencil brush? I mean, you can always need a pencil brush. So this is $5 and I think for $5 it was worth it. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Let me know if you're going to pick any of these up or if you've tried them and what your thoughts are on them. Don't forget to subscribe and you all have a great day. Bye!